Yo, this is a special edition sauce. Let me bring in my guest, the news by Shanewz with bad news.
Yes,
Charles
sir,
Conwell
Ski.
building. Shout out to Charles Conwell, man. How are you doing, man? Well, it's no need to really ask you. Congratulations on that victory.
Thank
How
you.
did it feel? How did it feel to return in such a spectacular fashion?
Man, it felt good, man. I was ready to, what I'm saying? That was 16 months. That was a year and a half worth of waiting in the ring, you know what I'm saying? I just
Yeah,
wanted to,
absolutely.
I just wanted to show the new me and how much better I got and how like I just wanted to separate myself from the rest of the division and do something that needed to be done. So this is I'm to expect more of me being like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And I want to shout out you and your team, man. Shout out to the whole Soul City
Mhm.
boxing team, the Jones family, Big
Mhm.
Oath Senior, the rest of the guys, man. Listen, they talk about ring rust. You just
Mhm.
said 16 months out. You didn't show no ring rust, man.
Right.
Um, how did you feel going in? With any type of butterflies? What was the mindset? Like you said, you've been out the ring 16 months. You're going back in on a big card. After a 16-month layoff, Brooklyn Barclays Center, legendary. Spot.
Mhm.
Any type of butterflies going in?
Uh, yeah, I was excited. I was more so excited than anything. A little excited and a little anxious to get in there, but definitely, definitely, it was real exciting. I was when I first got the news. I'm like, oh yeah, this the one I need. This the one I need to be on. This the one I need to be on. This the big show. This the one I need to be on to make my comeback. You know what I'm saying? So I was excited about
Yeah,
that. That's the show I needed to be on. It was a real big show, great turnout. A lot of people was there, so I was definitely
yeah.
a lot of
No,
eyes was
that
watching. A lot of eyes was
yes.
watching. So it was definitely good for sure.
Yeah, nah, that definitely was. And I remember interviewing you last time, and we spoke about that, but we couldn't let the cat out the bag that
Mm-hmm.
was the card that you was going to be on when you signed with Golden Boy. Well,
Mm-hmm.
it came to fruition. Now you know how me and you always talk about this, man. Give yourself a grade. Being 16 months out, you got to stop it. Grade your performance overall.
Man, after the fight, B Hop gave me a B plus, but I was like, man, that wasn't no B plus. That was like a C plus performance. You know what I'm saying? C plus
Yeah,
performance. I know I could. There's a lot of stuff there's a lot of stuff I could have did. You know what I'm saying? A lot more I could have did when I was now reflecting back on it and being in the ring. There's a lot of stuff I could have did. A lot of stuff I could have and I can improve on. A lot of moves I could have. You know what I'm saying? Did sharper, a lot of stuff I made mistakes, a lot of you know what I'm saying, just small nitpicking
yeah,
in my own mind that I seen that people probably didn't really notice, but I noticed and that I felt when I was in there in the ring doing it. So there's a lot of stuff I can work on me personally. I just want to keep getting better and but I give myself like I said a C plus, B minus type jump.
now, you got the stoppage. When do you think they're gonna get you back in? Because you can't hear the commentary going on, but the commentators were saying they're gonna try to keep you as active and busy as much. Do you know anything about quick turnarounds when they're trying to get you back in?
Yeah, they saying July, August, so I'm just staying ready. I'm excited. And this was the main reason why I wanted to sign with Golden Boy, man. They got a lot of
Yeah,
dates and they keep their fighters
yeah,
active. You know what I'm saying? And that's the
yeah,
most important thing after being off a long layoff to get back active, get back acclimated in the ring. And when the more active you get, the better you be. You know what I'm saying? Especially for somebody like
yeah.
me. I haven't been in the ring in a
Absolutely,
while, so that's exactly what I needed.
absolutely. Now, not putting no pressure on you. You're
Hmm.
in a hot division, 154.
Hmm.
Any guys in particular that you have your eyes set out on?
All the champions, all the champions. You know what I'm saying? I'm on all the champions.
Okay,
I'm on all the
okay,
champions.
yeah. Now I know prior to signing with Golden Boy, you
Hmm.
was supposed to be in a purse bid with Sergey Buyachich, who just recently won the WBC, I believe interim, some form of the WBC. Can you see that fight eventually happening?
Yeah, I can see a lot. Yeah, I can definitely see that fight happening. I can see a lot of good fights happening. You know what I'm saying? I got a good promoter behind me who can push for big fights and make fights
Yeah,
happen. So I can see a lot of big fights happening for me in the future. I can definitely
man.
see a lot of big fights happening for me in the future. And I think they Golden Boy, they gonna do what's right. They gonna keep me active. They gonna give me good fights. They gonna, you know what I'm saying? They gonna promote me well. I'm a real good fighter, so the fights do the work themselves. But the extra little push gonna get me where I want to go, and it's gonna give me the fights that I want. So I think they
Man.
definitely gonna make some big. They definitely gonna get some big fights for me.
Yeah, definitely follow up on that for them. I know what you meant by that, but let the fans, the listeners know what you mean by being having that push behind you with a promotional company now, being somebody that didn't have that before. Now you have that. Break that down a little bit more for the casuals that might not understand what you just meant by that.
Basically, what I mean by that is like any other record, like signing to a record label and being independent by yourself. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get your music on the radio. Like I'm getting all my fights gonna be on TV now. I'm gonna be all over their social media pages.
Yeah,
I can go to other fights and get like TV time, probably even commentate and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Just keep me out in the people's and keep me out in the boxing world. Keep me keep pushing me, keep promoting me. I can go, you know what I'm saying? I can go to Oscar De La Hoya's office and take pictures. Like, you know what I'm just saying? Just small stuff
yeah.
like that that just boosts your profile.
Yeah, so basically, what he's saying is he got a big push now. If he was a hip hop artist, his songs would be on the radio, Hot 97, the
Yeah.
major
Yeah.
radio
All them.
stations, man.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this, man. You was in there tearing Nathaniel Gilmore up. He's been in there with guys like Swift, Jared Herb. Around which round did you feel him really taking, them punches that you was putting on him, breaking his ass up, like my guy Joe Dini would say? Which round did you know, like, yeah, I'm about to really step on him and get him up out of here because he's breaking down?
I heard him a few times. So I'm like, man, I could have really got him out of there earlier. I feel like I would have started a little faster, but it still was a great show. I got the rounds in. But
Yeah,
I think around like the fourth round, I'm like, oh yeah, it's about that time. You know what I'm saying? And then the fifth
yeah,
round,
yeah,
I thought the fifth round he was gonna stop it, but he ended up letting him go to the next round for like another 50 seconds, 45 seconds, and it was over with. But I knew
yeah,
since the fourth round, I was gonna get him out of there. But he was definitely tough though. He took a lot of big shots, and he was definitely tough, and he was still willing to fight. But it was no point in taking a lot of punishment at that point in your career, and at that point in the fight was no coming back. So I understood
yeah.
why the ref stopped it. I understood why the ref stopped it. So I think that was a good idea. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay. Now, another question I want to ask you, man. What was that victory meal? The mission is complete now. You
Yeah.
fought, you got the victory. What was that victory meal like now?
Man, you know what? After my fight, I ain't even the food was I was cool on the food. I wanted that dessert, man. I'm a real like
Okay,
snack type of guy. I wanted
okay,
some ice
okay.
cream, so I wanted to give me some ice cream. I wanted some ice cream, so I got me a nice little milkshake and some
Yeah,
cookies and stuff like that. I'm a real big dessert dude, though.
okay. I can dig it. That's what it is. That's what it is. Now, another question I got for you, man. You fought. I believe you fought in New York a couple times, right?
Hmm.
But what was it like to fight at the Barclays Center? Barclays Center now has a lot of history. It's not MSG, but it's the Brooklyn Barclays Center.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like? Being on that main card, big card. What did that feel like?
Man, it was good to be honest. I was really excited. Like you said, it been big time boxing there. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder, Danny Garcia
Yeah,
fight, Sean Porter and fight. So it's been some big time boxing there, and it's been
yeah,
some good boxing there. And I feel like this was one of the biggest cards. So I think this is that just put it
yeah,
over the edge. So I'm excited. It was a lot of fresh heritage there. Like it's not really too like the list don't go too far along, but now I can mark myself and put my name in the history books by saying I fought there on a pay-per-view card too at that. So you know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
That
absolutely.
was a good thing.
Definitely was. What? Let's get to the main event, man. I
Yeah.
know. I think we spoke. And you was, did you see that coming?
Man.
Did you see
I
that
thought
coming?
like this what I was saying all before the fight. I'm like, man, yeah, the first four rounds gonna be competitive, but after that, I mean, Devin Haney gonna go out there and you know what I'm saying and like wipe him out, like whitewash him the rest of the rounds. Man,
Yeah,
it was the complete opposite though. It was definitely. I'm like, man, I ain't even know. Right, I don't know if Ryan Garcia like that or if Devin Haney was just off that night.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of crazy because I thought that was gonna be easy work though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Then
but
all the and then all the antics and stuff like that. I ain't gonna that threw me off too. So I'm like, man, he might just make this easy work. But it was crazy.
yeah. Now listen, any of you guys that's in the chat, if you have a question for Charles Conwell, feel free to put it in the chat. 154. He's the number one, I believe, number one in the WBC ranking. Um, 154 pounder,
Hmm.
undefeated, 2016 Olympian. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat while I have him on the panel right now. But back to what the fight, man.
Yeah,
You like I said, what would you say? I know you wanted to get in there and fight. You've been
yeah,
out the ring 16 months, but you did not show that, man. You didn't show like normally when guys are inactive. And I hate to use these guys like Earl Spence. You
yeah,
seen what happened with him when he got in there with Crawford. He looked like
yeah.
he was out the ring. His timing was off.
Right.
Deontay Wilder, another guy out the ring. Timing was
Yeah,
off. But with you, it was like, yo, you didn't miss a beat, man.
yeah. I think it was, man. I stayed in the gym though. I ain't gonna cap. I stayed in the gym that whole 16 months while I wasn't fighting. I was in the gym working, getting better,
Yeah,
learning.
yeah,
And then sometimes they be like, "Oh, you might have a fight coming up," so I'm training. Then they're like, "No, you ain't gonna have a fight." So you in there training, you in there getting better, you in there learning, and that's why I
yeah,
think that's what really helped me. I stayed in the gym the whole 16 months. So I ain't really take no time off. I was working the whole time.
yeah. Can you see the question right there? You want me to read it for you?
I can't see it. You can read it. I can't see it.
Yeah, he said, "Do you get a title shot next, or are they going to try to keep the champions away from you?"
That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I think Fundora out for a while. I thought he had a broke. I know he got a broke nose. And the WBA
Yeah.
champ, he about to fight Crawford. And the IBF champ, I don't know what he doing, but so
Okay.
if not, I'm just trying to stay active and fight the best people possible that's available. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And this is pretty much the same question, but a little twisted. They said WCS World Combat Sports said, how many fights do you think until a title fight? How many do you think Golden Boy will give you before a title fight?
I'll probably fight for a title like next year. I think, like I said, all the titles really held up right now. You know what I mean? I would love to fight
Okay.
for a title at the end of this year or early next year, but probably I think it's sometime next year though. I think sometime next year I should get a title shot. I don't know how many fights that is, but I think sometime next year though.
Now 154 is smoking, right? If
Yeah.
you could, let's roll out your next three fights, names included. Who would you want? If we're at the Golden Boy office right now and you're
If I
talking to
can have it,
Bernard and
no,
Oscar,
if I can have it my way, who would I want to
yeah,
fight? If I can have it my way, I could pick and choose who I wanted to fight. I
yes,
fight Fundora. I definitely fight Fundora. Get them
okay,
titles. I would fight Earl Spence because he got that
mm,
good big name. And
mm,
let me see. And I fight, and I fight any of the other champions too. Whoever got the other belts, the IBF champion and WBA champion.
all
Whoever,
right,
whichever one set the fight.
Fondora and Spence. I like that though, because like you said, Spence has the name.
Yeah.
World Combat Sports says, do you see 160 in your future for 2025?
Not 160. I don't think not 2025. 2025, that's next year. I'm trying to fight for a world title at 154. So not
Okay.
probably 2025. Unless it just makes so much money sense, and you know what I'm saying. If it's a lot of money, then yeah, I do it for the cheese. But I don't want to campaign. I don't really want to campaign at 160. I want to campaign at 154.
Okay, 154. And for you, Pop, I believe he answered this. He said they looking to get him back in July or August. July or August. Quick
Yeah,
turnaround for him. Yo,
yeah,
now I don't know if you was watching the fight, right? Because you're
yeah.
fighting, but maybe you watched it afterwards and you heard the commentator. Man, they was talking about them uppercuts, man. What did you see that had you ripping them uppercuts on the inside like that, man? That was a consistent punch that you was working on.
He had them bunny ears up and like the bunny ears. I was trying to go around his gloves and go and crack in between his gloves. I feel like that was the perfect shots because he was like bunny eared up like this and like leaning forward kind of. So that's just and them like
Yeah.
some of my favorite them some of my favorite punches to throw too.
Now a thing that I like to ask fighters, right? Now you're in there.
Yeah,
Did he show you things, right? like the fighters pick up on these things. Like when you hit him with certain punches, did he show you with either facial expressions or twitching of the body that the punches was getting to him?
I don't think his facial expression. He was pretty solid though, for real. He was really like in his facial expression. He was solid in his facial expression. But when you get hit with that good shot, you can't help but what I'm saying, do the little like a little noodle dance. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, like you get loose. But
yeah.
as far as his facial expressions, but that's when I seen him. When I was going around them gloves and stuff like that. I seen him do like a little wobble. So that's what I continue to do, and I try to break the guard in between to change up the combinations.
He says that boy wanted no smoke after the second round, kept his earmuffs on all night. Yeah, well, Bad News is applying that pressure.
Yeah, for
That he
sure.
was putting that pressure on his ass, man.
Yeah.
Shout out some of your sparring partners, man, that got you ready in camp for this fight, man. Because like I said, you look like you didn't miss a beat, man. For the beat 16 months out the ring, you was like, man, you was cooking, man.
To be honest, I ain't really do no, what I'm saying, no real elite sparring for this camp. I really did a lot of in-house sparring. I did a lot of
Okay.
in-house sparring for this fight. So I sparred my teammates, Jeremiah Lewis Watts. I sparred some guys out of PA at Tony I don't know how to really
Yeah, I
pronounce
know
his
you're
last
talking
name,
about
but yeah,
Latif
his gym.
Latifi's coach. Yeah,
Yeah, I sparred some people out from his gym. I sparred a guy from Cleveland too, my hometown, the young amateur from Cleveland. He's a national champion. I spar my teammate Jermaine Man Peanut. I spar a lot of my just local guys around the city. I ain't really getting no too much elite sparring for this fight, but we're looking to hit the road next fight for sure.
definitely. And yo, speak about that. Ohio, period, man. Cleveland, Toledo, Cincinnati. Great fighters come up out of there, man. Just speak about that, man. Because now it's pretty much you, Abdullah Mason, Tiger Johnson. You guys are
Hmm.
carrying the torch as well as Jared Anderson, man. But just
Hmm.
speak all over of your region out there in Ohio, man, about the fighters that come up out of that great state.
Man, like you said, Ohio is just like a bed for great boxers. I think Ohio is probably one of the hardest regions. You know what I'm saying, to really get out of, for real, as far as boxing, because there's so many great boxers. So I don't know, some in that Ohio water or some in this state, something about something that's just around here that just make that these coaches got that just breed world champions and national champions.
Definitely, definitely. Now you being a former Olympian, how do
Mhm.
you feel about? I don't know if you know, but they're saying that they're trying to get rid of the Olympic boxing, man. What's your stance on that, man? Because you fought for the country, man. That's one of the highest, best honors to have as an amateur fighter.
Um, I don't think they're gonna get rid of boxing. I think they trying to just clean the corruption. They just trying to scare people out, like scare all the corrupt stuff out of boxing. But I don't think they're really
Yeah,
gonna get rid of boxing. But I think they're trying to clean up the sport, and I think that's really gonna help for real. Because there's a lot of corruption going on with boxing. A lot of stuff that happened behind the scenes that I don't know about, that only the top people know about. And
yeah,
I just hope they get it together, because everybody need a fair equal opportunity. Like, people work their whole lives to get to that point in their career, and then that happens. So it's kind of disappointing.
yeah. Definitely, man. Um, I ain't gonna hold too much of your time because I see you busy with the
Yeah.
family, man. But before I let you go, man, give out all your social media platforms where people can get with you via Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, things like that.
Yeah, they can follow me on all my social media platforms at Charles Conwell, just my first and last name.
Okay. Bitch, that's Charles Conwell on Instagram. That's Charles Conwell on Twitter as well as Facebook.
Hmm.
And like he said, looking to quick turnaround
Quick
July.
turnaround. July,
Yeah,
August. Hopefully, we find out something probably by next month sometime. So right back to it, man. All gas, no brakes.
there it is, man. Once again, man, congratulations on that victory, man. And 16
Thank
months, it didn't look like 6 weeks.
you. Thank you.
You was definitely on code and doing your thing. Shout out to your team.
Thank
All
you.
the Toledo, Ohio guys, Soul City Boxing, Wise Owl Boxing,
Yes,
Mark.
sir.
The team and everything. And shout out to you, man. And I want to, say thank you for always coming through, man, with the
Oh yeah, for
interviews
sure. Anytime.
and all that, and taking
Anytime.
care of my peoples. You know, they got the
Yeah.
picture. I posted the picture of you at the media workout with them. You know, because
Yeah.
I was gonna have them interview you, but his phone died, man. His phone had died, and I wanted him to interview you, but you know
Yeah.
his phone died. But I appreciate you taking care of him as well, though, man. And you
No
know
doubt.
listen, when you get the announcement, man, feel free to come back over here
Come
and
on,
give
man.
the
We gonna
news.
flood it again. We gonna flood it and do it again. We gonna flood the news media again.
That's it, man. You know the vibes, man. Charles, I appreciate you, man. Get them girls my love. And yeah,
Thank
man,
you.
you look, keep breaking them up, champ.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man. Shout out to Charles, Bad News Conwell, fresh off that victory. The news by Shanewz. Man, I let him off. Combat said, if you ever enjoyed your game work, definitely like to pull up for some of that media coverage, man. I'll send that message over there to him, WCS. But you know, I want to wrap this up because you know this was I feel like a good interview. I'm gonna jump right back on, but I don't want to drag this out because that was a good 20-minute interview. I felt that it was informative with Charles Conwell. That was his piece. But I'm gonna jump right back on though, man. You know the vibes. This is the Source Experience, the news by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know? Got it.
Y'all want to shout out to my man Sha right here. The only one to do it, the realest one in the whole game, all right? Just want y'all to know, this is E Cruz, aka Captain Chaos. You know how I rep, keeping it real. I follow the real, because I am a true boxing fan. If you're a true boxing fan, follow my man, Shanewz, to the fullest.
All right. You know the vibe.